Hello yet again to another video. Today we're going to talk about some flags and the history behind them and what they mean and what they represent. So as a Tunisian myself from Tunisia, I really love to dig in really deep behind the flags because we really want to know what it means. Come on, man. As a Tunisian myself who loves the country, who love my country, who love everything about the flag and everything, I really want to know the history behind it. Man, you really have to acknowledge these things because if you rewind the tape, some years ago I really had no idea what it meant. So to understand, we really have to go to the very beginning to be able to see it through. Otherwise, we're just going to be blindfolded, just like that, without seeing anything and understanding anything in the first place to begin with. Without any further ado, let's get into it. There's no doubt about Tunisia have been influenced by many different empires out there. But only one influenced Tunisia the most. The flag itself was adopted the very first time in 1831. So 1831. And yet again it was adopted once again in 1959. But let's go back to 1831. Who designed it? Who brought it? His name was none of the less Al-Hussein ibn Mahmud. He was an Ottoman Turk. He is the one who created the Tunisian flag. And then the self-claimed king of Tunisia, Muhammad II ibn al-Hussein, a Ottoman leader, a criminal. So the Tunisian flag was designed by a Turkish man. Al-Hussein II was many of the beys in Tunisia, like Pasha Bey and many others. Bey means in Turkish gentleman. They often use the word to a king or a chief. In Tunisia we had a lot of beys in charge, speaking Tunisian language with Turkish origin. So they became Tunisians. However, before this flag, you had two previous Ottoman flags. This one and this one. Now you might wonder, if those were Ottoman flags, where on earth is the real Tunisian flag? Not an Ottoman-inspired flag, but where is it? The answer is very simple. You have it right in front of you. There. The beys of Tunisia were criminals. The last bey left September 1962. And thank God for that, because they were very, very harsh against the people. When they left, now France came into the picture. France took over. And the French did even more war crime than Ottoman. Ottoman was nothing compared to the French, what they did to Tunisia and Algeria specifically. It's amazing what they did. Amazing in a very bad way. Amazing. How can a human being do such a horrible thing? Yes, the French inspired us very, very much, but the Ottomans inspired us even more. Because the French occupied us just a little bit, but the Ottoman occupied us in a very, very long time. And when I say influenced us, I don't mean in a good way, I mean in a bad way, both for Ottomans and the French. However, the majority of the Ottomans went back to Turkey, and all the beys died, and some of them stayed in Tunisia. Until this day, some of the Tunisians kind of remind me of the Ottomans. And I'm not talking about how they dressed, I'm talking about their face structure. And how would you know if they're Turks or Ottoman Turks? You wouldn't know unless you take a DNA, but they do have a specific look. And when you see them, you know that they have Ottoman blood in them. And when I talk to the men, I talk to many of them, they know that, I mean, they obviously, when they look at themselves in the mirror, they know that, why do I not look like a Tunisian guy? Something went wrong here. Just kidding. No, but obviously that's how the situation is. So, I mean, at the end, we have learned that the Tunisian flag has a Turkish story behind it, and that's pretty much it. You might say something like Tunisia have a lot of mixture in it, but that's not entirely true. Tunisia had multiple empires, yes, but not so much mixed because, people who came, they went away anyways, so they never came back. Some of them stayed, yes, but very few, The colors of the Tunisian flag symbolize the bloodshed by the martyrs that died during the French conquest of Tunisia during the 19th century. The color white represents peace. The flag features a 5-pointed star that represents the 5 pillars of Islam, as well as the star that represents the unity of the Muslim people. Just because the flag is representing the unity of Muslims doesn't mean it has the right aqidah, creed. I mean, they brought us Sufism, so there you go. Check out these cool videos and please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.